Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore. Tonight is the final sprint race of our time with this game as we head to Interlagos in Sao Paulo for the Brazilian Grand Prix. "20 races down, 3 to go, including a sprint weekend tonight, our final sprint weekend. Yeah, almost there. We're almost at the end. So much we've done over the years with this series, and it's about to come to an end. But a new one will start, obviously, next week. Let's have a look at where we are in the standings. As you can see, we have a nice, healthy 57-point lead in the constructors' standings right now over Red Bull. And in the drivers... Oh, wait, I'm looking at the drive. Yeah, that is right. There we go. And then in the constructors' standings... Yeah, right. In the drivers' standings, Donna is currently... let's have a look. 50, no, that's the 57 points. Why are we down in 6? Oh, that's pit stop times. There we go. We'll get it right. So we're 57 points there. Are we 57 points there as well? We are. Wow. 57 points ahead in both standings. I never even cottoned onto that. Embry in 4th place did lose a little bit of ground to Charles Leclerc last night. Unfortunately, a bit of a rough race, I think, is the politest way to say it for Embry. Crashed in qualifying, so started 20th and last. Got involved early on in a tussle, which wasn't our fault, but we got the penalty for it. Joe hit us. We lost a load of confidence, some damage to our tyres, got a 5-second penalty. Managed to recover from that, and then we had another coming together. That one was, again, not our fault. No penalty was given to the opponent. No penalty was given to us, which was a surprise. But we did suffer wing damage. And then when I boxed for the final set of tyres, I completely forgot to change the wing. So we had to change tyres and then change the wing in a second additional stop, which I hadn't planned for. Or a third additional stop, which I hadn't planned for. But we still, somehow, in the dying moments, managed to get her back up in 10th place to keep the sponsors happy. Thanks to carnage going up and down the grid as well. Oscar Piastri having a coming together with Isaac Hajar. And both of them having to pit for new tyres as a result. Piastri needed a new wing. Hajar had minor wing damage but didn't change it, but also picked up a penalty. They came out right in front of Embry, and then we just rode on the slipstream of Piastri up through towards the top 10, and then overtook Piastri with a lap or so to go, or on the final lap, to get 10th place. It was incredible how we were able to actually stay with him, considering our tyres were worn and his were brand new. But we pulled it off. We need better performances from Embry for the remaining races if she is going to retake 3rd place from Charles and maybe even go after Max. But I think that now is probably a bit of a pipe dream. 3rd place is the target now for Embry. Let's take a quick look at the car. It says that we've dropped, but that is because we ran out of suspensions, I think. And so we put an older version on Donna's car. It's not older by a lot. You can see the differences there. Negligible. Very little difference at all. But there is a slight drop in performance on Donna's car. And I made a decision to keep Embry with the best parts because she's the one who needs the performance more than Donna right now. Donna has one hand on the trophy. Embry has more of a fight on her hands. So let's see then. The weather is terrible for the race. We've got a dry sprint, but we've got a horrible looking race in terms of weather. I'm not overly confident about my chances in the wet, but we shall see. Let's set some targets for tonight. How you doing, Freestyle? How you doing, Army? How you doing, Rook? George, Victor, and Dino. Good to see you guys. Right then, the incentive, 1 in the top 8. Should be very, very straightforward. We are going to go 2 cars into Q3 and 2 cars into Q2. It is a very quick, short lap. So again, qualifying margins are going to be tight. It is going to be very easy to get knocked out in Q2 if we're not careful. And it's going to be tricky to get pole position if we're not careful as well. The finish position 2 in the top 8, as long as we don't have any silly mishaps, that should be achievable. We will try and get the fastest lap as well. We've got a quali streak of 1 in the top 10 for 2 races. New one starts tonight, and we can now start a new finish position streak. And we'll go for 2 in the top 10 for the remaining 3 Grand Prix. Why not? There we go. So in terms of spare parts, as you can see, I have 1 spare suspension coming, which will be ready on the day of the sprint on the Mark III suspension. So Embry will have a spare on Saturday. Donna has a spare already. We only have 1 spare chassis, but we've got plenty of older specs that don't really lose that much in the way of performance. So if we do need to roll back to a previous spec of chassis, we can do that as well. Front wings, rear wings, we are definitely keeping those as up to date as possible, and we should be good on side pods. We've got 1 spare. Hopefully we won't need to make another one. I think that's everything we need to get done. Yeah, it is. Let's head to Sao Paulo.
Our F1 season brings us to Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. The Autodromo José Carlos Pache has been a staple of the racing calendar for decades, and soon we'll once again be watching the best drivers in the world give it their all. The Sao Paulo track is beautifully designed to present an enticing challenge for teams and drivers alike. Between medium-speed S-corners, hill climbs, and the high-speed section after Junção, this circuit calls for cars to have a balanced setup to succeed here.
This time, teams have 2 races to contend with, as a sprint race will decide the starting order for the weekend's Grand Prix.
It's time then for another thrilling weekend of F1 drama.
Right, we only have the first session, as usual, in the sprint to get the car set up as quickly as possible. We are going to go with medium tyres. I think, I'm trying to think, do I want to go mediums or softs in the sprint? The softs fall apart really quickly here. Yeah, I'll be okay with this, I think. We'll go mediums in this session. We'll use the softs in quali. Then we'll use mediums in the sprint, and we'll still have 2 sets of mediums for the Grand Prix. Yeah, and then we'll have softs available as well if we need them. Right, let's stick a load of fuel in the car. Let's go with 28 laps of fuel. Swap out some parts. And we'll make some initial changes to the setup. I'm going to go with a 12 wing here. We're going to go with a 6.5 on the front. I'm going to go with a 1.9. let's try that. Moving on to Donna's car. Again, we'll swap out some parts. How you doing, Dead Disciple? I'll go with a 7.5, a 12.5. Go with a 7.3. I'll go with a 3.15 and I'll whack that up to a 1. There we go. So we've covered off a few different options. Five days to go. Yes, we are getting very close. Very close indeed. 28 laps. There we go. Let's send them out. See how we do.
Ready to kick? Ready to kick?
If you hear like background wind kind of noises, I've got my fan on. The heat's back here in the UK. I've just opened up the windows. I've been waiting until the temperature outside dropped a little bit to try and create a through draft. I've had them closed most of the day. I've got my fan on just to help circulate the air a little bit. So you may pick up a little bit of wind noise. Hopefully it's muffled by the microphone, but if you hear it, that's why. He's getting excited for 24. I think we all are. I don't know anyone. I haven't seen anybody who isn't excited for the game. I've seen people who are less excited, but I haven't seen anyone who's just naysaying, like I did with this one, with 23. So a lot of people were just like, oh, I'm not buying this. You know, having played 22, they were like, no, forget it, not buying it. But I haven't seen that. I mean, I'm sure it's out there, but I personally haven't seen it. As it was very prevalent when 23 was getting ready to launch. I've not really seen it here with 24. Mainly, I think, because Creator Team's in there. But also because of a few different things. I mean, obviously, it's a big step forward with a lot of new features coming in, including the Creator Team. But the price is better as well. And this is something I banged on about 6, 7, 8 months ago, saying, you know, it needs a lower price point if we get another game, because it is a bit much. And obviously, I'm not the only one saying that. A lot of people have been saying that, and Frontier listened, and they put it out at a much more reasonable price this year. Could hit 30 tomorrow in some parts of the UK. Yeah, it's we're having another little mini heat wave. I'm gonna have the windows open all night, and then I'm gonna make sure I close them in the morning so keep the heat out. George is really excited for F1 Manager 24 because it's going to be his first year playing the game. Oh yeah, it's a great little series. I've really enjoyed my time with the game. As frustrating as 22 could be at times, and as maddening as 23 has been at times, it's been a lot of fun. 22 was way too easy. 23 was a good improvement, especially with the addition of the difficulty setting.
Tyres look good.
And the minor improvements that we got, but we didn't get enough to justify the increase in price. And the new one's looking so much better. Can I get her before she boxes? I might be able to. Yes. Just 100 meters away. I got her. All right, so that is very much the wrong direction. Let's go with a 1-9. Might be a bit too much, but don't really know that for sure yet. Dial that back. Let's pull that back to a 5-5. Push that to a 3-5, and it's not going to be that. I'm sure of that much. Let's go with a 12. Pull that back to a 5. That looks pretty good. Give that a go. You're nitpicking, but you wish you could change the livery for other teams season to season. Yeah, I mean, this is something that I've harped on about a lot last year before, during this whole year of gameplay before they announced F1 Manager 24 with the creative team coming in. I said, at a bare minimum, what we're going to need is the ability to equip the special races. The special liveries that the teams run at certain races, just to provide a little bit of season to season variety, and we're not necessarily getting that, but we are getting creative teams, so that's great. We can change our own livery. That's a good step forward. And this is what I was saying, is because obviously you've got licensing issues, so you can't necessarily just change the liveries. Teams run special liveries in that season, and if they're licensed to just the liveries of that year, nothing to stop you from putting in, the special one-off liveries. Like looking at the 2024 season we've had so far, Williams running with the Union Jack at Silverstone, Red Bull with a bit of a different design at Silverstone, maybe due to a sponsor change. I'm not sure if that was a special livery for any other reason or not. But looking at last year, we had the Chrome McLaren. We had the Stealth McLaren, which was the livery they ran at the end of the year, which is kind of carried across into this season. Williams had the blue Union Jack for the 75th anniversary, or the 70th, or whatever it was, of Frank Williams. Then you had who else ran special liveries? Williams also ran a Gulf livery last year. I'm trying to think what other teams ran. I don't think Mercedes ran a special livery last year, did they? Alfa Romeo ran the black and gold at Vegas. Ferrari ran the red and white livery at Vegas. Those liveries could have been dropped into the game and then made available to switch year in, year out kind of thing. So maybe we might get that at a future date. Maybe we'll have that option in the next edition of the game. I don't know if there is another edition of the game. We shall have to wait and see. Evening, Anthony. How are you tonight? You doing Australia tonight, or are you just watching tonight? And you've already messed it up. What have you done? Do we need to buy you one of those T-shirts that says, "In my defence, I was left unsupervised"?
What was the balance, please?
Okay, it's an improvement, I think, but it's still way off. Yeah, so I did go the wrong way with the rear wing. That is too much. Let's go to a 4.6. We need to rein that back. Let's go to a 3.3. Let's pull that back a little bit more as well. Push that up to a 5.5. 3.25. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Got to take some fuel out. Go. Oh, you put softs on a fully wet track. Yeah, that is not the smartest of things. That is the kind of thing that will ruin your race. 97% there with Embry. That's pretty good. So we're going to leave her on track. We'll use that extra fuel in the car to try and run her to the flag and get her a bit more track knowledge so that we've got a chance of maybe getting 100% confidence tonight. You didn't realise it was going to be wet after the red flag. It was bone dry. Yeah, you've always got to keep an eye on obviously your race forecast, and then it does tell you expected conditions when the race is going to restart. You've got to have a look at that. Sometimes it's not always right. Sometimes it can be a little bit misleading as well. You can look at it and go, it's going to be full wet, but the rain's coming down at a lower rate. So it starts full wet and almost immediately goes to inters, and the whole rest of the field goes inters. You're on full wet, so it's like, oh, shit. And you have to box because your tyres start to lose pace and then fall apart. But, it won't default. It never does. You always have to make the choice yourself. Same as in dry racing. It looks like you're having a decent little fight back. How many laps you got left? And is the weather going to change? You gotta keep her out on track.
Okay, we take the flag.
There we go. Well, you're on lap 22. Oh, you got plenty of time. You got plenty of time. Norris looking quick, but will have a penalty. So I'm guessing, because I don't remember him getting in any trouble last night, guessing that is a part penalty. take a look at his car and quali, and we'll make some last-minute changes before we send them out on the track.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out who's got what it takes as we establish the grid for the sprint.
Just like a normal race qualifying session, drivers will battle it out for their starting grid positions. But this time, it'll be for the upcoming sprint. It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things. But I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
But don't go anywhere, folks. It's nearly time for qualifying.
Right then, let's have a look at the setup first of all. It's just a little bit off everywhere. Can't correct it that way. Let's try the 6.5 because I've got to make a big enough change to affect the rear wing straights. I don't know if that's gonna do it. We'll roll the dice on that. We'll see how that goes. Let's put the good bits back into the car. Nope. And over to Embry. There we go. Evening, Wayne. It is always the cornering with movement possible either side. I don't want to mess with that because I could get it right, but I could just as easily get it wrong and make the car worse. So we'll just settle for 97%. It is pretty close to optimal, so it's good enough. Is the point.
Track is green.
Going out behind Oscar. Something we did a lot yesterday, both in qualifying and the race. Although we might not be close enough this time.
Can bring the tyre in.
A Williams and a Mercedes exiting the pits as well. It's Sonoda
Okay,
and Albon. It's been hot today. Yes, it has. Yeah, I've had my windows closed all day. I've got them open now that the sun's not shining on them to try and circulate some cool air And I've got my fan on as well.
Anyone in front that will back you up.
It's definitely cooler in this room than it was in the other one, though, which is nice.
So we are good for traffic. Charge your pass corner.
And having a window on either side to actually allow a through draft through the bedroom and the bathroom is really nice. Something I didn't have before. Traffic to worry about. Donna tucks up behind Embry. Embry's not really close enough to Piastri, but it's very, very close in that first sector. Look, it's just 51 thousandths of a second between the two. Hopefully we've actually gained a little bit through that middle sector there. We do look a little bit closer to Oscar than we were at the start of the lap. Purple in the middle, there you go. And again, very, very close. This time just 13 thousandths difference between the two in Embry's favour this time. And there we go. Half a second quicker with Embry and 6/10 quicker with Donna. Lovely stuff. My PS5 will act as a radiator. Yeah, it pumps out ridiculous amounts of heat. The TV pumps it out as well, plus the fridge that's in the bathroom pumps out some heat. But I say I've got better ventilation in this room than I did in the other one. And yes, I did say fridge in the bathroom. Says bigger windows. Yeah, we like windows. Right, Norris has set a lap, and it's a quick one, so he must be running new parts. Let's have a look. Lap history, parts, Norris. There we go. I was looking at the wrong thing. So he's running a new ERS, but his engine's pretty recent. Only a couple of races old. The gearbox is okay, it's fine, but it might not last the rest of the season. Common misconception, fridge will help cool down the room. Yeah, no, absolutely will not. If you open the door to let the cool air of the fridge out, you just force the compressor to work even harder, pumping out even more hot air behind the fridge. Yeah, it's a complete fallacy. And all you do is you spoil the food, etc., that's in the fridge and potentially burn out the fridge's compressor unit. Packins, long time no see. How you doing? Right, Leclerc has gone into third place. We're still waiting on Max. Hasn't even left the garage yet. Here we come. Nope. That's Leclerc going out again. Still no sign of Max. There he is. Finally, after 11 minutes of sitting in the garage. Let's see what kind of time he's got. For sure the last one to set a time apart from him. Just coming up to the line now. No, just starting his lap now. He's not going to be quick. He may end up giving a little bit of a boost to Max at the end of Max's lap here. But we've done enough to get through, so it doesn't really matter in this session. Russell up to third, looking quick again. Behrman in fourth. Actually, let's have a look at Behrman's car, because he smashed up pretty badly last night. Oh yeah, there you go. New engine and a new gearbox tonight for Ollie Behrman. So he could be quick. That looks like genuine pace from him. Right, coming up to the line. There's Bashir, goes 19th, and Max only 13th. Ooh. Could we be on for a little bit of a shock? Is his car bad? Oh, his engine's not great. He's got a new gearbox in the car tonight. Does he have a penalty for that? Let's have a look. We know Norris has got a penalty. Gasly's got a penalty. No penalty, interestingly enough, for Behrman. And no penalty for Max. Bashir has a penalty, although he's still the slowest car on the grid. A little flash of a yellow there as Ocon runs wide on turn 7.
We're watching Esteban
This is a
Ocon.
flying lap as well.
That's... Oh, no, that's not quite what they would have wanted.
So that's definitely not ideal. Has he aborted his run? If he aborts it, he's got time. He hasn't aborted. He improves slightly ahead of Maloney. He should have aborted and come in for another run. He hasn't got time now. So Max is in danger. In 15th at the moment, just a couple of hundredths, if that, clear of Ocon at the moment. Ocon, there you go, 13,000 behind. Ocon's done. Ocon's not going to have time for another run. He's just coming back into the pits now. So he's out. But Maloney could get him. Joe could get him. Hell, even Albon could get him. I think the only one who's not going to get... Oh, is that traffic? Yeah, for sure, holding up Albon. So I don't think Albon's going to do it. What about Joe? Joe's just starting flying lap. Okay, here comes Albon up to the line. Probably won't be an improvement, or if it is, it won't be significant. Oh, wow, it is significant. 11th, despite that little hold up there from Bashir. Big improvement. Max now getting ready to start his flying lap. This is a pressure moment for Max here. Max has got a little bit of traffic coming up in the Williams. Will it get out of his way? Not properly. Here comes Maloney up to the line. Joe is out, has not improved. No improvement from Maloney. Half a second, 6/10 found from Vasseur, but it's not enough to get off 20th. Can Max find enough? He can. Finds 2/10, and that is enough to knock out Tsunoda. Who is on a lap. Can Tsunoda get through? He can. That's Stroll eliminated. So we're saying goodbye to Stroll, Ocon, Maloney, Zhou, and Vasseur. at the end of Q1. Right, we'll use the same tyres here in Q2. 91% in the end. Ooh, I don't know if I can improve that. We'll try running a 7 in this session just to see if it does give an improvement. If it doesn't, we'll change it back.
Track should be green.
So again, we are going to wait. Want to try and get through with just one run if possible. Not sure I reacted quickly enough again. Behrman starting his flying lap. He will get through just in front of Piastri, so no hold up for Behrman.
I want to see good work on your tires.
You can bring the tyre in.
Albon's out early again as well, just like last session. You might be a little bit closer to Oscar this time. The spacing looks a little bit more even.
Position is good now. Charge your place corner.
Track clear.
Max out early, leaving the pits. Got Belajax coming out now as well. 106.8 for Behrman. Yeah, that little bit too far off again, by the look of it. Traffic coming up. (18.0) and 17.9, so very close. Past Behrman without any issues. Williams could be getting in the way here of Oscar. Stays out of our way. (32.8) and a 32.7. Piastri goes across the line, goes second. Donna goes top with a 106.5 and a 106.3 for Embry.
We're coming in.
Drive to the Delta. And we are boxes lap.
And again, hopefully that is good enough for us to get through without having to run again. Let's see how Max is doing. It's a clean run, no traffic. As far as I can tell, maybe he did get a little bit of traffic with George, I don't know. Yeah, not long now, Wayne. 5 days to go. Max goes third. And I think we're safe. I don't think we have to run again. In the dry, this car is very, very good. And our drivers are capable enough to drive it well. in the dry, but in the wet, especially changing wet conditions, that's another matter. See what the second Ferrari does. George coming up to get past Max now. No hold up there. Clear track for the rest of the lap as well, so George has got a chance to set a really good time here. And then we'll speed it up after this. I can actually have a look and see whether or not that change to Donna's wing made any difference as well. 91. George crosses the line, goes second. Very good lap from George there. Look at that, we found an extra 1%. Okay, we'll stick with that then. We're not going to chase anything further. What are the tyres like? 80%. We'll prep with new tyres just to be on the safe side. Right, Leclerc's out there now. Ajar, 1,000th of a second quicker. Russell going out for another run. Yeah, 1,000th of a second between Hajar and Verstappen there. Behrman's up there as well. This could be a very, very good race for Alfa Romeo tonight. Let's see. We've already lost one of the AlphaTauris. They've been making good progress recently in terms of point scoring, but one of their cars out very early. Porsche struggling a little bit here. Although it looks like he's getting a nice little slipstream here behind Tsunoda. Answering a question I haven't even seen. Is my chat playing up again? Ah, yes, Alex. Welcome, Alex. I didn't see the question. If you buy the original F1 Manager 24, do I get it the same day as the Deluxe Edition? As far as I know, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's 3 days early access this year. Let me open up my app, the PlayStation app, and I'll have a look at the store listing. Yeah, standard edition available on the 23rd. I didn't think the Deluxe gave you 3 days early this year. I know it did with 23, but it's, according to the PlayStation Store, it's the 23rd. Donna in 5th place. Porsche went top. He got a mighty slipstream off the back of Yuki there, who didn't even get into the top 10. I think we're good enough. I don't think we're going to need to go again. You've still got an outside chance of 10th. Well, you've got plenty of time yet, Anthony, still. Unless you're running at a faster speed. If you can get into the pits at the right time and avoid the carnage of everyone stopping at the same time, that could get you a nice big stack of time as well. So a lot of cars below us looking to improve. Isaac is done. He is not improving. Albon is done. So that's 2 cars below us we don't have to worry about, but there's still 8 cars looking to improve. That's more than enough to knock out Donna if they all go quicker than her, which is highly unlikely. Let's see. There's Belajax. He's behind Norris. Norris goes bottom. Belajax is through. He's through in 8th place, and he's put his teammate at risk. Who else is still running? Here comes Max. Max doesn't improve. Max is at risk. Behrman's on a flyer. Behrman's going to go quicker. And then it's down to Gasly and Tsunoda. Here comes Gasly. Gasly doesn't improve. Behrman should. Behrman doesn't improve. So it's Albon who's at risk now. And Tsunoda only goes to 13th. So Albon survives. Both Williams in the top 10 shootout. And Max, again, just squeaking through.
P5. We are okay. That was
It's only £6 more for the deluxe, so you might as well pre-order that. Well, it depends. Are you going to play? Are you likely to play the the 5 deluxe scenarios? And are you at all interested in the 5 additional custom liveries you'll get? If you're not really bothered about those, you're going to make your own livery. You don't really care about, using, a template for a historical livery. Then it's, just get the standard edition. You get less with the deluxe this year than you did last year in terms of scenarios. You got 10 scenarios with the deluxe. Plus, you also got something else. Oh, you got the 3 days early access. This year you get the 5 liveries for 5 scenarios. Alright, we made it through on those tyres, but they're not quick. So we are going to use new tyres at the start of this session. And then we've got another spare set for the end of the session. Let's wait for someone to go out behind.
Track is green. Track is green.
And once again, we are out behind Piastri. Becoming a regular thing, this.
Wake up those bikes.
Stopping track 1.09 down. Oh, that's too early. That's too early. Unless the track was going to dry up insanely quickly on that next lap, that's too early.
You're good to go.
The switchover point between softs and inters is about 0.08. Or 0.80, sorry. So if you went at 1.1, then unless the track dries quickly, it's a real gamble. It works. Oh, fantastic! I'm pleased for you there because I thought you'd blown it for a second. We are going to have a little bit of traffic, a Williams and a Red Bull. Donna's gone purple. Oh yeah, Embry's a bit too far behind. It's less of a gamble as well if the inters are well worn on the opposition. And we're going to avoid the traffic. It's not going to be a thing. This is going to be a blitzing lap from Donna. Embry is going to need a slipstream on her second run. Embry goes second. How far behind is she?
On charge on right away, please.
0.6. She was 0.05 quicker than Oscar. Right, how quick is Max going to be? I mean, that was a decent lap from Oscar. But, Donna just got the perfect slipstream on that lap. How quick is Max? Only quick enough for fourth. He's 0.8 off. 0.2, well, 1.5 behind Oscar. George has gone out. He is definitely one we have to watch out for. I've got enough grip in the tyres to go back out again on these ones and still do a run on a new set, which is what I'm going to do. I want to get that toe for Embry. Porsche goes through. Belisak's is fifth. Porsche's sixth. Russell's on his flying lap. That's him there, just disappearing into turn 4.
We need good work on brakes and tires on your way out.
Evening, Tyler.
You can bring the tyre in.
Any take on the news Porsche dropped about his McLaren IndyCar dismissal? I knew he'd been dropped from IndyCar a few weeks ago. I didn't see anything from him. Has he dropped a recent statement? What's he said?
Position is good.
Because it doesn't really make a lot of sense why he was dropped, but McLaren have been a mess in IndyCar when it comes to driver contracts in the last couple of years. The whole brouhaha with Alex Palou. Hopefully Russell's going to get out of the way nice and easily for us here. Embry is improving. She's not quite close enough to Donna. Oh, and that's a bust. So we're going to call them both in. Donna's not going to improve, and Embry isn't going to improve now. So we'll call them in, we'll get new tyres on them, and then we'll do another run. It's got to be pushing 2 months now since Porsche was dropped, I think. Ferrari's 3rd and 4th. And it's 5th and 6th for Red Bull. It's a really short lap, so I don't want to go too early. But I also don't want to get caught out with Porsche coming through. Shit. Embry's in front. She'll pull over, but hopefully it won't drop her off too far.
Okay, good work on brakes and tires, please.
She's not pulling over. Damn it. That makes things a bit awkward now. Now she stands to lose a lot of time pulling over.
And you can push.
Let's go for a push.
There we go. Managed to get away with that.
You've got everything. You've got
We've
everything.
got a Ferrari
Please hold
popping
the
out.
table.
Both the Red Bulls are out. So a little bit of traffic to deal with. Not going to see an improvement from from Donna here. This is all about Embry. Hopefully that Ferrari isn't going to destroy our lap again. Is it George again? No, it's Piastri this time. Oh God, we're going to catch her at the same spot, aren't we? Oh, just before this time. The Red Bulls are too far ahead. They're not going to be an issue. There we go. We got the improvement. That should hopefully give us the front row.
Recharge on.
So Leclerc is ahead. Max not close enough for a slipstream. This is Leclerc coming up to Porsche, who's on a cool down on an in lap. Don't think he got held up there. Max might. No, Max is okay. Leclerc improves to third. Max improves to seventh. He barely finds any time there. Here comes Piastri. Piastri goes third, finds a couple of tenths. What about George? Can Ferrari get the second row? Yes, they can. Now it's a question of where is Hajar going to qualify. Big lap for Isaac, pops himself up to 6th, pushes Max down to 8th and sandwiches in between the two Williams drivers. So there we go. There's your top 10 for the sprint. Donner ahead of Embry, then Piastri, Russell, Leclerc, Hajar, Belajax, Verstappen, Albon and Porsche. Second practice, final practice. Get the parts on the car, there we go. Need to run them long. On the hards. Good chance of getting Embry's track knowledge up to 100% here, less so for Donner. But maybe. It's highly unlikely.
Track is green, track is green.
Wobble for Donner.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Now we're just
She's gone
proceeding
deep.
through turn 4. And that's where they slightly run off the track.
Hopefully she hasn't damaged the car. Nope, car's fine. Good, good, good. How many laps you got left now, Anthony? Five. Best get your skates on if you want to try and get a point. do I think Red Bull will sack Perez if he doesn't perform? The whole Perez saga is ridiculous, and it's of Red Bull's own making. I mean, why they re-signed him if they didn't have a lot of confidence in him? I mean, the Perez we're seeing this year is exactly the same as the Perez we saw last year, and to a lesser degree the year before. You know, it's not like he's suddenly become a shit driver. You know, he's performing as he has done the last couple of seasons. So it shouldn't have come as a surprise for them, you know, that his form has just taken a huge nosedive right after he got a contract. That's exactly what happened last year. Oh, I don't have to drive to secure my future. Oh, fantastic. Take it easy. They clearly don't have faith in Tsunoda, or else they would have called him up. Even if they do get rid of Perez, then they're left with the choice of, do we put in a complete rookie? Because with the best will in the world, that is essentially what Lawson is a rookie, a complete rookie. He did a couple of races and he did well, but you know, that was at the back of the grid, and he'll be thrown into, you know, the best car and compared directly against Verstappen. So that would not be an ideal situation. Or they go with Tsunoda, a driver they clearly do not have faith in because they had the opportunity to call him up instead of Perez and chose not to. Or the driver they do have faith in, but is being outperformed by Tsunoda in Ricciardo. It's not exactly a series of great choices, is it? I mean, Sainz would have been the ideal foil as a driver for Max. But the tension between the Verstappen camp and the Sainz camp, you know, specifically more on the father side than the son side, would not be ideal. Yeah, this is Red Bull's own making. This, you know, I've got no sympathy for them. I have sympathy for Lawson. I have sympathy for Yuki in some respect, in that, you know, the Red Bull team clearly don't have faith in him, and if he wants to really advance his career, he's going to have to do what Gasly did and move away from the team. But then, where do you go? It's not like there are great options available. Could you imagine him joining Gasly at Alpine? The Red Bull rejects. Alright, let's get ready for the sprint.
Welcome back as the drivers gear themselves up for today's sprint, the results of which will determine the grid for the Grand Prix. And after a season of sprints, this is the last one of the year. This circuit is certainly no stranger to overtakes, so I think we're in for a good one.
It's not only the starting grid decided here, though. The top finishers in the sprint have the chance to score crucial championship points.
Well, no doubts there'll be plenty of action today here at the Sao Paulo Sprint.
Tyler says, my bet is Lawson's next in the seat, although they'll try and make a splash of free agency. There is no one really in free agency apart from Sainz that would be good enough, I don't think, to justify getting rid of Perez. Not that I can think of, anyway. So that's unlikely. You know, Perez signed 2 years. Is that the future of Lawson and others? No, I don't think Perez has signed 2 years. I think he signed a 1+1 deal, a 1 year deal with an option for a second year, added on. But there are reportedly performance clauses in that, which could potentially even nullify that contract. And let's not forget, he hasn't signed with Red Bull Racing directly as such. He signed with Red Bull, which means they could just do what they did with Kvyat and just swap him. When they swapped Kvyat for Gasly, and then they swapped Gasly for Albon. You know, so even if he's not guaranteed to even drive for the Red Bull team in that deal, I mean, they could just, you know, move him over to Alpha Tower to, well, V-Carb. Softs or mediums? Softs or mediums? Oh, choices. Let me switch the car parts over while I think about that. If they signed Ocon, imagine the fireworks. Well, rumours are that Ocon has already signed for Haas for next season. It hasn't been announced yet, but that's the rumour that's out there at the moment. And 14th in the end. Well, good effort, Anthony, considering the mess with the tyres there. That's pretty good recovery. But yeah, could have been so much better if you hadn't made that mistake. Lesson learned, I hope. Gonna go softs. Be nice to have that extra set of mediums available. We'll just have to really protect these softs. But it'd be nice to have the extra set of mediums. Oh wait, no, it's a wet race, isn't it? Yeah, screw it. We'll go with the mediums. I say it would have been nice to have the extra set of mediums available, but it's not a dry race, so this allows us to go very aggressive at the start on the tyres. We'll still end up saving them a little bit, but here we go.
24 laps around Interlagos awaits these drivers in what should be an entertaining sprint.
The 100-kilometer dash around Sao Paulo is typically packed full of overtaking opportunities, making for a thrilling event as the season nears the end.
So then, it's time to see who wants that victory the most.
Evening, Harvey.
24 laps around Sao Paulo in today's sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Right, Leclerc is on softs. Max is on the hards. And it's 2 by 2 for both the front and second row still here at the moment. And there we go, we finally slot in. I don't want my drivers to attack each other, not yet, but I don't want to go do not attack, because if she makes a move and then falls alongside, she'll back up and that will drop her straight into the Ferrari, so gobble her up. So we'll just have to hope that they don't really go for the overtakes. Saving the battery. I want the Ferraris to push their batteries first.
Drop down the plates now.
Leclerc is having a look, putting those soft tyres to work, trying to go around the outside of George here. I think George got the DRS. Oh, they both did. Of course they did, because they're close enough to Oscar. But George has the inside line into turn 4. And now we're going to use our batteries.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit. Your race is now.
Let's put them under pressure.
So this is a lap we need to try and break away from Oscar. Maybe he's got dirt on Horner. Maybe. I doubt it. I think that one of the reasons the contract was signed so early was just because of the fact that Hamilton announced at the beginning of February that he was moving to Ferrari. It's thrown the whole market into chaos. You know, to get a driver move announced that early, before the season even started, you know, it's pretty unheard of, yeah, at least in modern times anyway, so.
Okay, keep an eye on your battery. Charge on.
We have a little bit of a gap, but it is only a little bit. Oscar's closing back in again, so we maybe went a little early. If it had been a driver of a lower calibre, and I mean no disrespect when I say that, but if it had been a driver than a lower calibre of Sainz who is in the situation that he's in, I don't think we'd be having this much of a silly season. It's literally, silly season is normally like, you know, a few weeks in the middle of the year. Silly season is actually becoming a full season of silly season. If it had been someone like Sargent, no one would have blinked an eye. But when a driver like Sainz comes up on the market, you know, people will vie for that. Try and be the one that signs him.
Just be careful with this tyre. Let the tyres come back.
Imagine it the other way. Imagine Hamilton announced that he was just going into free agency. Not that he had signed with somebody, but just that he was going into free agency. He was leaving Mercedes at the end of the season, and he was open to offers. Every single team on the grid would be scrambling. With the exception of probably McLaren. Audi would move mountains to get him. Williams would want him, but probably wouldn't be able to afford him. Ferrari would obviously be chasing him, and it turns out because obviously he's gone there. Red Bull would probably take a very big look. They probably wouldn't go for him in the end because of Max and the tension that was there between the two of them anyway. But what a lineup that would be, Verstappen and Hamilton. And who knows, maybe McLaren would make a move. You know, Hamilton and Norris, hell of a lineup. Maybe Hamilton's a bad example because he would only be really looking at a couple of teams. He wouldn't go to Alpine. He wouldn't go to Toro Rosso, VCARB, AlphaTauri, whatever. He wouldn't go to Haas. Probably wouldn't go to Williams. But that would leave McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull to go against him. Mercedes would be trying to sign Verstappen. You could have ended up seeing Verstappen going one way, Hamilton going the other. Maybe a better example would be if Norris were to leave McLaren. Norris announced he was leaving McLaren. Everyone would try and sign him. Williams was wanted for obvious reasons. British driver, British team making upward progress. And this is assuming that McLaren weren't, as favourable as they are at the moment. Red Bull would obviously try and sign him to partner up with Max, especially given the two of them are good friends. Mercedes would try and sign him to replace Hamilton. Ferrari would try and sign him, probably to replace Sainz.
It doesn't matter.
Alpine would try and sign him. Haas would try and sign him, but they probably wouldn't have a chance. Alpine, as I say, would try and sign him. Audi would try and sign him. Every team would try and move mountains to get him. Not saying they'd all have equal chances, but an announcement like that, it just throws the whole market into chaos. That's why we're in the situation we're in.
Let's get back in the rhythm.
And some teams have been able to capitalise off that. Audi snapped at Hulkenberg, who is a driver that would have made a good number 2 to Max. They get on. Hulkenberg is consistent. Would jump at the chance to drive for Red Bull. But Audi snapped him up while Sainz was dithering. And now it looks like Ocon's off the market as well. So while Sainz, ums and ahs and bides his time waiting for just the right move, some of the other players are now starting to take up some of those empty seats. And Sainz is got to be careful because he could end up with no real options left. Alright, so tyre check. So our tyres are better than Piastri's, about on course with Russell and Hajar. Max down to 9th, is out of the points at the moment, but Behrman on the softs, his tyres are going to degrade quicker, so he will be vulnerable as the race goes on. Likewise, Leclerc, at the moment, his tyres are going to drop off quicker. He's running in the dirty air at the moment as well, so that's going to overheat them a little bit. Chance for Max to move back up the order a little bit, and there's a good chance that Leclerc will drop down the order a little bit. Meanwhile, we are just biding our time. Batteries are full, saving us a little bit of tyre wear. Trying to overheat Oscar's tyres a bit more. We will have another breakaway attempt in a few laps. Check our confidence levels. Peak confidence for Donna. It's about to go down a little bit. I think Oscar got the DRS. Yes, he did. Only goes down a little bit though. Embry close to peak confidence. We're in good shape. We're in very good shape. And you see Leclerc's 6% of his tyres in the minute or so since we last checked. Softs have a tendency to melt around this circuit, especially in the dirty air. We're going to look at a lot of failed overtakes in the numbers because we're on such a low tyre setting. It means we don't really commit to the overtake, which is annoying. I think the driver should still commit to it rather than just tucking in behind. And now everyone's getting backed up, so this might be Piastri charging up. So we are going to go for it.
You're good to push.
If you can, push.
This is where we try and bolt. Oh, was that contact between the two? It is a VSC. We do have the lead. It must have been someone else.
There's been quite a crash.
It's Yuki. Oh, big lockup. And into the wall, and that's a broken suspension or broken chassis.
As for the team back in the garage,
Yuki's out.
VSC, VSC.
And now we have a fuel problem because we're going to have way too much fuel. But because we were 0.02 of a second ahead of Piastri when the VSC came out, he has to drop in and pull it behind us. This is actually really good for Charles because it gives him a chance to cool his tyres down, put them in a good saving mode. Down to 52%. He may even possibly box under this VSC. The whole field is still essentially one big train, look. Oscar really backed the field up in that last lap or two. No one's boxing yet. Max is down to 10th now. Porsche jumped him. So he's out of the sprint points. head back to the front. The strength of our restart here is going to depend entirely on where the restart happens, as to which cars get DRS and which don't. Nine laps left.
VSC ending. You got pushing tires. We're good on tires. DRS enabled.
We've already dropped dropped Leclerc. And Russell's got him. Russell up to fourth. Not getting the breakaway I was looking for. But Piastri's melting his tyres as well. And there is the 1 second. That's what I needed.
And recharge on is okay, please.
And I should have got the DRS there. And I did.
No need to push the tyres.
Charge on. Charge on.
Making sure Embry gets back into range.
Charge on. Overtake available, 1 click.
There we go.
Charge on. Charge on. Need to drop the base.
So we're going to let Embry try and take the win here in the sprint, give her the most points you can get. Try and get back on terms with Leclerc.
Okay, focus on recharge. And you can pick up the pace. Okay, you can pick up the pace.
And I'll get the DRS here on Oscar.
No problem.
He's gone very defensive, blocked me. And his tyres are not good.
Just manage your tires, please. You'll have to do anti-deploy where you can.
Time to push on these tyres.
Damn it.
And overtake
Damn it.
is available.
Damn it. Damn it. Silly.
Or you can use anti-deploy.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
George is still there. There we go. Position regained.
Charge on.
Let's see. Leclerc down to 6th. The Jar's got him. Jar is just outside of DRS range on the Ferrari. Just getting in. Behrman is all over the back of Leclerc. Max is back up to 9th. Oscar's trying to push back onto Embry. He might have got the DRS as well. I think he has.
We need to push. Okay, we need some deploy. Cool the car.
A little bit too fat with fuel, unfortunately. Trying to push Oscar to make him lose ground and drop out of the DRS. Oh, god damn it. Minor front wing damage.
Now that incident looks to involve Oscar Piastri.
Am I going to get a penalty for that?
Heading on to Junsan. Not a lot of wiggle room here.
I might.
And, oh, that's obviously
I
far
might get a
from
penalty for
intentional.
that.
But
How you doing,
there was
Hyperspeed?
contact, and that won't do their confidence any good.
What has that done to her confidence?
Reminder on the battery.
It's not killed it, but it's not done it any favours.
Battery is on the low side.
No penalties given. Oh, finally, the decision goes my way.
Charge on. On click overtake this.
overtake.
And keep an eye on the battery.
This is going to be an all or nothing attack into turn 4 here, I think.
We're happy to stay where we are.
I'm not far enough, not close enough.
Charge on.
So I'm going to have to see if I can get him up on the run to the line now, I think. Embry's done what she needs to do.
You've got everything. You've got everything. Press on hold available. We don't have enough battery.
This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Ah, he just got me. Oh, there's contact again. What the hell?
The Aston Martin finishes the sprint in first place. The Aston Martin driver will surely be happy.
I don't think we'll see a replay of that.
Now the Ferrari's involved.
Oh
in
no,
this
we
one.
will.
So here we go, heading into turn 1. Tries to get by. And the impact
I don't know
on the car
again who's at
is
fault.
quite clear.
We may yet
Now
get
that had
penalised
the
for that.
potential to do some real
We've
damage,
destroyed,
given the nature
completely
of that
destroyed that front
collision.
wing now. My God.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have...
Oh, can you imagine if Oscar gets the penalty? We'd already crossed the line, so he can't serve the penalty. Unless they retroactively add it on. Same for us, so that could be a grid drop if it becomes a penalty.
It's the Aston Martin driver with the sprint win today.
And what a well-deserved
I'll get the penalty for
P1
that.
finish
Yeah,
that was.
probably.
Absolutely outstanding.
Right, we gave you one chance. He did it again. Oh, we're going to hammer you. No penalty for either driver. So, Donna will start third. Oscar will start second. Now Lando's penalty is going to kick in. As is Gasly's, as is Verschoor's. Get ready for the race itself.
Well, there's nothing quite like it. Welcome along to race day.
Brazil loves a home racer, and none more so than the brilliant Ayrton Senna. His victory here at Interlagos in 1991, fighting a broken gearbox, is one of the most emotional moments in F1 history.
Now, Karun, how do you think Aston Martin's driver is going to be feeling ahead of this race?
You know what, Crofty? They're performing well above what's been expected of them so far. All in all, not a bad place to be.
As ever, though, the teams will be paying close attention to their strategies heading into the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
I just glanced at that comment, Patkins, Max School of Driving, and for a second I thought it said burger cars. Oh dear. Right. Let's see what the weather's going to do. Let's change that front wing first of all. There we go. How bad? It's going to start dry. It ain't going to stay dry for very long, so it's going to be starting on the softs. That much is a given. And it's going to go pretty much straight to full wets. And then it's going to go to inters. Probably somewhere around about there. Yeah, so if we are careful with the wets, then they'll do fine. We can do that on one without having to box for another set. And then the inters, we will have room push those. And we can go flat out on the softs. Nice. So what laps am I looking at? Lap 9 and lap 47. Right, we're not going to put any extra fuel in the car. If anything, I'm actually going to take a lap out. And we are just going to go very aggressive off the line. And we've got just a few laps basically to set the fastest lap before the rain hits. All right then, let's send them to the grid for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
We're not too far away from the race start here as we edge closer to the 71 laps of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. The focus for many in this race will be on the Aston Martin driver.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
Right, let's get to it then. And now, it's time for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we
Everybody
go.
on softs didn't expect anything less. What a rocket start compared to how we normally start. We're normally fat with fuel off the line. Couldn't quite convert a slingshot there. But very, very quick getting off the line itself. And now the second Ferrari's jumped us. Not the best opening lap for Donna.
Charge on.
Save the battery. Like I said, we've got very little time to get the fastest lap in. Ajar and Leclerc on scrubs. Same for Max and Albon. Behrman down in 15th, also on scrubs. Everyone else on brand new softs.
Allez vite au-dessus.
Let's try early overtake.
Ferraris are fighting behind Embry. Hopefully they'll slow each other down. As in the sprint, I think they're going to be the biggest threat in the race. And I think out of the two, Russell's going to be the bigger threat than Oscar.
Can use overtake. DRS has been enabled.
Oh, yellow flag. Someone made a mistake. Is it? It's Max. Max has made a
Let's have a
mistake.
look at that. Now we're watching
And
Max
that has
Verstappen
just
here.
ended his championship
Nothing
hopes, I
wrong
think.
so far. Struggling with the car. What caused that?
Just kept it out the wall. But he's down in last place. And he's off the back of the pack as well. Nearly 4 seconds off. We get up the inside of George.
Okay, mate, that is the fastest lap.
Very good lap. Cool the car.
Ah, damn it. Nearly managed to get past Oscar. So damp in 4 minutes, wet in 8. Max have damage. And his wing's fine. His tyres are screwed though. He mashed those tyres.
Un petit peu dernier en batterie. Ciao John.
Rain is expected.
I think he actually get. Oh no, we both got it.
Can we have recharge on, please?
Yeah, squeezed him out a little bit there. Timing this right is going to be important. Both Ferraris are going to get me. Or are they? Yep.
Keep the head down. Just head down.
Overtake available if needed. We want to manage our tyre budget. I'd like 100% pace, please.
Okay, so I'm going to go at least one more lap. Max is so far off the back. That's excellent. Next lap is going to be carnage in the pits.
And we have rain coming. Battery is high. We need a bit of recharge of the battery.
How's the track conditions? Recharge on.
Box,
I'm
box.
going one more lap with Embry. Just so
Let's get back in the rhythm.
oh god, everyone's going one more lap. Oh, not everybody.
So box now.
Ah, we've been held. Leclerc's gone through.
Reminder, throttle and pit exit.
Max has stayed out. I was hoping it would be Leclerc who get held up with the traffic, but it was us. Issue
Over
for
to you,
Behrman.
Karun.
So the Alfa Romeo now pits. Oh, that's where things went wrong.
A little slow there.
Track will be clear.
Oh, Jesus.
Need to drop the pace.
Nearly went straight into Max then.
Manage your tires.
Overtake available.
So,
A little
a
bit.
Ferrari double stack. Yes. Piastri got held. And now Russell's getting held. And Embry has jumped ahead of Russell. Leclerc has the lead. Donna lost out. Excellent for Belichaks and Porsche as well. But you can see how much their tyres have suffered already in these conditions, and Leclerc's as well. They didn't do what we did. They didn't save the tyre
You can keep the pace up on these compounds.
when the track was still pretty dry.
If you can, push. Recharge on.
We're in that awkward phase where it's not really wet enough for the wets yet. So our pace isn't going to be great. We are vulnerable. see how much Donna's tyres are degrading now. Those temps are going to come down. But I need to slow that overheating as quickly as I can, because the dirty air is not helping. Belijac is still side by side. This is an indicator of how much we struggle in these conditions when it's not quite where it needs to be. Now we should start to pull away from them. Okay, one more lap and then we'll use our batteries. Let's let the track stabilise a little bit more. Max is still at the back, but 7 seconds off. Norris all the way down in 19th and 3 seconds off the pace now, or off the pack. So he obviously had to stack in the pits behind Ocon. Still letting those tyre temps come down a little bit more.
Let the tyres come back to you.
So Russell has joined the party.
You're good to
I'm
push.
going to have to make the move now. It's a little earlier than I wanted to, but I'm going to have to. Otherwise I'm going to be very vulnerable to being picked off by George.
Discharge the battery a little bit. Okay, keep cooling the car now.
Time to push on these tyres.
Okay, to pick up the pace.
There we go.
Cool the car, please.
That's why we didn't get the move done into turn one, because the tyre pace meant that we lifted too early. This time we'll get it. There we go.
Charge on.
You thought there was going to be carnage with Plum and Piastri. No, it's Donna and Oscar that had the bit of argy-bargy in the sprint. Embry was the innocent party in that. Just minding their own business. Now we're going to try and get past Belijac.
Only can use the deploy.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Let's go with a little bit more aggression into turn 4. Evening, Clark.
We have margin to push a bit more.
No, we're not going to get him.
We have to protect those tyres.
Still got Porsche between us and Russell, who has backed off a little bit.
We look after the tyres. On charger.
Gap to Piastri, still about 5 seconds. Plenty of time to try and close that down later. Just recovering some fuel that we burnt earlier at the moment in these conditions, and because we've got Renault engines, we recover it pretty quickly. Yes, I think we got Renault engines. No, did we? Did we change our engines this year? No, we have got Renault. We have got Renault engines. I thought so. Try and squeeze a little bit more pace out of Embry.
Let's go for a push.
Let's have another go at getting past Belajax.
You're good to push. We're happy to stay where we are. Let's try to get him.
This might be my best opportunity here into Juncao. Nope.
Keep cooling the car.
And now I'm out of battery.
Battery is on the low side.
Alright, never mind.
Charge on.
Still got time. Still got plenty of time. And in all honesty, having a gap between our drivers opening up a little bit isn't necessarily a bad thing. It means when we do make the switch to inters, they shouldn't have to double stack like last time. Well, they would have stacked if we put them on the same lap, so we put them opposite, but everyone else double stacked. We've now got about nearly a 3.8 second margin. So let's check in. Max is still a long way off. There he is. He's still 7 seconds behind Norris. Down up to 10th. Russell's still stuck behind Porsche, but getting close. And these tyres are not cooling down anywhere near as quickly as I thought they would, Donna. Maybe the hot air from Belisac's is contributing to that.
Charge on.
We could definitely be going quicker though if we were ahead of Belisac's. It's just getting past him. It's proving a little tricky at the moment. Rain's about to ease off a little bit, but it's still going to stay pretty wet, and then it will just start to gradually build back up again, according to the radar anyway. We're going to have another crack into the final sector here.
Okay, we need some deploy.
We're close.
Okay, you can pick up the pace.
We've got a chance here, actually. Oh, nearly.
The car. We can still do it.
It's definitely our best opportunity for a while. Where is Verstappen? Verstappen is last at the moment. He had a big lock-up in the dry, which dropped him off the pace. And then he didn't have a great stop in the pits when everyone switched tyres. And I just can't find a way past Belisac's.
And keep going with the lift off. You're doing very good job. Keep going with the lift off.
He says, suddenly, with a chance to find a way past Belisac's. Keep the pressure on.
Overtake available.
It's definitely the infield where we've got the advantage, but there's no real overtaking
lift off,
opportunities without taking an extreme risk. Which is why I said this is probably our best opportunity to get him. With a dive bomb up the inside, but even that isn't working. And we're out of battery again. God damn it.
And keep an eye on the
Cannot
battery.
get this guy at the moment.
Charge on.
Yeah, there's Max. Norris has caught up to Snowden, and Max's pace is starting to improve. Gap's down to just 5 seconds now. And he's pulled a couple of seconds back on the pack. But the pack has fractured, and the leaders are now a long way away. So he's basically half a minute off.
And you can push.
Belichick's having a hell of a race so far, and given that we're not going to see the DRS again for the rest of the race, he could be on for some big points tonight.
And recharge on.
We will not need lift. Charge on. And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
And we are 23 laps into this Grand Prix already, so we're about a third of the way through. As Oscar and Charles start lap 24. Really gaining on the front two still. I am opening up a big gap though. Back to Belichick's now. Donna is just stuck. I know I could go so much quicker with Donna if I could just get through. But every time I've tried, I've just not been able to make it stick.
Okay, charge on.
And Piastri has finally dropped Charles Leclerc. Can he pull away from him now? Will that make it easier for Embry to close up to Charles? I hope so. Russell's still stuck behind Porsche. Verstappen is definitely closing. Half a second quicker than Norris last lap. Let's see how much quicker he's gone this lap. Almost a second. Norris stuck out in the same position that Donna's in. Just quicker than the cars in front, but not able to find a way through.
Charge on.
And I am starting to close on Leclerc, but not to Oscar.
No need to push the tyres.
How are Leclerc's tyres dropping so quickly? They're not as such. It's because some of the cars boxed as soon as the track started to go, just over 1 mil. And we did that with Donna, but we put the tyres in the lowest possible setting to try and keep them from overheating too much before, because everyone went straight to full wets. But the track wasn't wet enough for full wets for a few laps. Embry went a lap later, which is why her tyres are healthier. Same with Piastri. Leclerc was one of those that went early. Same with Belichick's. Same with Donna, Porsche, Gasly, for sure. I think those whose tyres are, 8 to 10% higher are the ones who did an extra lap on the slicks before they boxed. And now I am all over him all of a sudden. How have I caught him up so quickly?
Oh, we can cancel liftoff. Let's try to take opportunity. Okay, keep cooling the car now.
Oh, come on, Donna. Come on, Donna. Hey, he's going full burn on his battery, look. I'm going to keep hammering for a lap and see if I can find a way through.
Cool the car, please.
All right, surely this is my chance. Again, could
Keep
not
cooling
get
the
the...
car. Okay, keep an eye on your battery.
Oh, come on.
Charge on.
Oh, Donna is losing so much time. She just cannot get past this fucking Williams.
No more lift off required.
Getting frustrated now. The gap that's opened up between the two, 9 seconds now. That's the kind of pace that Donna is more than capable of if she can get through. But she just can't get through. And we've still got a way to go until we hit the inters. And we're going to have another stint on wets at the end as well, actually, looking at it. So 2 more stops to come. And Max has now caught the back of the train. Yeah, Norris has made no progress since he got there. It will be a similar story for Max, I think. Be careful that Porsche doesn't try and jump me.
Charge on, charge on.
There's a lot of traffic in front to fight through. Even if he can get past Norris, it's going to take him a long time to work his way through that train up to for sure.
Charge on.
DRS is such a potent weapon. To be without it is painful. It's making this job so much harder.
Charge on now.
But Donna could win the championship tonight. She could absolutely win the championship tonight. She came into this round 57 points ahead. She came third in the sprint. Max, I think, finished 10th. Or maybe he was a little bit higher up, but Max didn't, you know, she outscored Max. And after this race, there's only 2 left. There's a maximum of 54 points available if you include pole positions and fastest laps. So as things stand, just finishing 5th, Donna wins the World Championship. Just finishing in 10th, Donna wins the World Championship, assuming that Max doesn't get in the points, which is looking likely at this stage. So we could be crowning the first ever female World Drivers' Champion tonight. Still just about kind of matching Piastri's pace, closing on Leclerc by about half a second. Still got a fair way to go on these wets before we can get rid of them. This is why I've not really started pushing Embry again. Don't want to give up too much tyre to Oscar. Not just yet. Anna is closing back in again on Belichak's. She's on him.
You've got everything, press on hold available. We need to push.
Oh, he's burning his battery again, look.
You can consider a little bit of anti-deploy where you can. Okay, charge on.
Going to try and just make him burn out that battery in pointless defences. And then hit him hard. So again, he's pushing. We're not. And now we're going to.
You can press overtake where possible to
try
discharge the battery a
and
little
jump
bit.
him here in the infield.
Cool the car.
So we can maybe pressure him into making a mistake, running wide, locking up. Or at the very least, get that dive bomb into this next left-hander. No, too far back.
Cool the car.
Oh, come on. You had him. Please, get the move. Ah, that's it. Another failed opportunity.
Charge on and box now.
Oh, this is so frustrating. You just can't get the move done. He's the best of my overtakers, and she just can't overtake a Williams. Alex is on a hell of he's doing a hell of a job tonight. It's frustrating the living shit out of me. It reminds me so much of Vitaly Petrov and Fernando Alonso at Abu Dhabi in, what was it, 2010 or 2012? I think it was 2010. No, 2012. I think. I can't remember. One of those 2 years. Getting to the end of the wet tyre life now.
Time to push on these tyres.
Try a surprise attack.
Okay, keep cooling the car now.
Oh, she nearly got it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, no. No. There we go. We lost the momentum. This is going to be a hell of a lunge if she gets it, which of course she won't. I tried the sneak attack. Now he's burning his battery.
Charge on for now.
Max still in 20th behind Norris, neither of them able to make any progress. I can't say I'm surprised given how Dono's not able to get past Belichaks. That gap's now nearly 14 seconds. That's crazy. I could be 14 seconds up the road. That's how much time we've lost. Spending all this, all of this stint stuck here behind Belichaks. Him getting out in front of us in the pits was a master stroke from Williams. With the entire final sector behind, pretty much. Or almost the entire final sector behind. At least Belichaks isn't lapping so slowly that we're losing, an extortionate amount of time to the cars behind us. We've still got a gap from Hajar to Gasly, and then we've got, Zhou running on his own, and then a gap to Ocon and the other pack behind. Russell has a look at Porsche. Russell also has been frustrated badly in this stint. We got the move done on Porsche so easily, but we just can't get it done on the Williams. Kind of baffling why we're just not able to get it done. Just 2.5 seconds behind Leclerc now. Gradually bringing that gap down. And We've closed the gap to Piastri by a couple of seconds as well overall. That's working out quite nicely. I really don't want to be stuck behind Belichick going into the pits.
Okay, charge on, charge on. And you can push on tires, we're good on tires.
Oh, holy shit. She's got the move done.
Overtake available.
Whew, right. Now we've got to bolt like crazy.
So let's take a look at the replay.
See a
Here we've
replay
got
like
the
because that
Aston
has been
Martin.
30 laps, well not 30 laps,
Opportunities
but
there.
at least 20 laps in the making.
And the Aston Martin moves past.
Finally. I don't know if it's because the track's drying up that it caught Belichick's unaware or what, but yeah, we're gone. We're going to drain the battery on this lap. Open up as big a gap as we can. Maybe we'll start to see some movement at the back of the grid now. Now that the track is drying.
We don't want to overcook the tyres.
Yes, we do.
Stay close. Overtake is available. We think a little bit more like her will help.
So we pulled 2 seconds in a lap from where we overtook to where we were the following lap. Batteries drained.
Charge on.
Now we're going to go hunting at the other end of the grid. We're going to box Donna first. Probably go an extra lap with Embry. Box Donna maybe slightly before I would initially want to, just to try and get her out of the traffic situation behind. That's another reason why I pushed her really hard. I want to get distance between us and the chasing pack so that we aren't going to get caught in the pits like we were last time. Yellow flag. And that is for sure. So that might pick the pace up
Let's
for the
take a
pack
closer look.
that
Right, so this
Max
was the
and Norris
fourth
are in.
corner.
Because he was leading it. And he has been
Well,
the
you can
slowest
see the
driver this
lockup,
year. And
they'll need
just
to be
straight
mindful
on
of
into the
effect
gravel.
that had on the tyres.
There goes Max. Come on, complete the move. Complete the move, please. Get that confidence boosted. Yeah, there we go.
So recharge on.
We're going to go one more lap here with Embry. But we're going to box Donna this lap.
Box, box.
And there goes Leclerc into the pits.
Leclerc has pitted.
Charles John. Just keep looking after your tires.
And we opened up a 4.5 second gap to Belichick, who stayed out. Only Porsche airboxed. Russell stayed out. No. Bad stop. Lost a little bit of time to Porsche there.
Focus on reaction time and no full throttle before pit exit.
Box is lap.
So I'm out behind Max, who has yet to stop.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Let's lift off, please.
Alright, Piastri and Embry both in. Got a gap over Leclerc. We get a clean stop, we should keep ahead of him. .3, it's a decent stop. Here comes Leclerc. This is going to be tight. This is going to be very tight. He's going to get us. Just going to get us.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Right, we have got ahead of Belichick. I think. Yes, we have. There he is. Porsche's jumped him as well. So, Donna is now effectively in P4. Because Sainz, Behrman and Russell are going to be boxing at the end of this lap.
And we can have recharge on, please.
And kind of the good thing about coming out just behind Leclerc is that we are close enough to get another overtake attempt on him, but we didn't lose the confidence because he overtook us while we were in the pit lane. Had he got us when we came out on track, we would have lost the confidence for that. That's Russell in the pits. We should at least get out in front of George. Which we do. There is George. Oh, he's going to get stuck behind Belichick, isn't he? Oh, he just managed to get in front of him. So Belichick now is hanging on for points at this stage, but he had a damn good run on those full wets. Frustrated the shit out of me.
Let the tyres come back to you.
Drop down the pace now.
Behrman still hasn't boxed. Now he does. Sainz is going again. I wonder if Sainz is going to try and go until the rain picks up again and then just go for a fresh set of wets. I'd be surprised if he does. It would be a horrible strategy call if that's what he's going for. There you go, 3 seconds separating the top three. Let's program in our next set of stops. So we're looking at going back onto wet tyres. About there.
An overtake is available.
See if we can get the run on Charles here. I don't think we're close enough to get him into turn 1, but I'm hopeful we can get him into turn 4. Let's see. Max is in front of Norris, but he's stuck behind Maloney. Can we get the dive bomb? No, a little bit too far back. That is a yellow flag. Someone locking up or running wide. Sainz is finally in. Piastri running wide.
Now there's the car of Piastri. And nearly, just running wide.
He snapped that back onto the track pretty damn quick. Barely cost him anything at all. Last of the late breakers. Nope. Leclerc had that covered off. Alright.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Oh, here's a chance. Yeah, she got herself a nice little exit out of turn 3 there. And we've got her through. Excellent stuff. Connor coming under pressure from Teo. She's just not been on it tonight. Expected more from her.
Update on tires, update on tires.
So Embry once again just a shy of very high of peak confidence. Let's see what kind of pace she can do now that she's got clear air in front of her. And she closed that gap down. Now you can see the pace difference between us and the Williams. We're doing 5.5, 6 tenths of a second more than Belajac's without pushing with Donna. That's how much time we were losing. Maybe several tenths a lap, every lap. We were stuck behind him for what, 26 laps? We lost 13 seconds. So there you go. We're losing half a second a lap. And we're 20 seconds off the fight for the podiums. And Embry is closing. This race could be won or lost in the pits. with the gaps as tight as they are and the pace as even as it is, and another pit stop coming up for wets, and we saw how hard it was just to get past a Williams, this race could very much be decided in the pit lane tonight. Let's try and create a little bit of separation here.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Gap now under 2 seconds. Once again, we close the gap. This time we did a 1:13.7. Leclerc, obviously, in our slipstream is going to be matching us. The track's getting drier and drier every lap. I am a little worried that we may briefly get just a lap or so of DRS here, which would potentially be disastrous if we're not within 1 second of Oscar. It's also why I'm pushing to try and break away from Porsche. Velajak, to his credit, is hanging on to Isaac. 8th place at the moment. Where's Max? Max is still in 16th. Matching pace with Albon at the moment. Norris still stuck behind Maloney. And the gap's down to 1.3 seconds. We are charging up onto the back of Piastri here. Russell has got through. That is a problem. Russell's going to be a much bigger threat than Porsche was. Still plenty to go in this race. We've got 22 laps remaining. Sorry, 21 laps remaining. And we're now inside 1 second.
Recharge on now is okay, please.
And you see Russell's already all over the back of us. Covered off at the moment. Hopefully Russell's just going to get stuck behind us and not be able to get through.
Recharge on.
A little bit of battery into Embry now. Max down to 1.6. Looks like it's going to stay damp. We're not that long away from wets again, only 9 minutes. Now I'm going to start pushing the tyres again. We're only 9 minutes away.
And you can push.
Russell got a wheel alongside. He's going to have the inside line through here. Go late on the
We will not
brakes.
need liftoff.
Come on, fight him off. Don't let him through. Ah, shit.
Okay, and let's do a small liftoff.
Yeah, Porsche pushed on that last lap at 1:12.2. It'll be a quick lap for George again. 1:11.8. Yeah, very quick. Closing back in on Oscar.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Oh, we can cancel liftoff.
Heavy rainfall 2 minutes away. Wet conditions 6 minutes away.
Stay close.
Now we're going to absolutely hammer the tyres. Lost a little bit of ground, but I wanted to get some battery in the car. Hopefully the tyre pace will close us back up.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
We're not going to get the move done here.
Battery is high.
Look how overcast it's suddenly become as the clouds open.
Charge on.
Can use overtake.
Get the dive bomb up the inside. And then breeze through.
And
Do
recharge
the same
on.
here with Donna.
You've got everything. You've got everything. Press on hold available. Cool the car, please.
Oh, again, she just doesn't want to get the move done into turn one. Been her Achilles heel all night.
Charge on.
One more lap.
On batteries high. Okay, we
We're
need
seeing
to
some cars box already. They've gone a little early. Leclerc's gone.
Leclerc has pitted. And recharge on is okay, please.
keep cooling the car.
George absolutely using his battery there. Can we outbrake him into turn turn 4? Nope, we can't. I'm going one more lap with Embry. I'm going to box Donna this lap. Taking a gamble.
Box.
Overtake is
Oscar's
available.
box. It's a good stop. Very good stop. Damn it, Russell dives in as well.
Yep, we are box this lap. Box this lap.
Reminder, throttle on pit exit.
I think I've made the right decision to stay out that extra lap with Embry. She was so much further ahead, she could risk the extra lap. Boxing Donna was the right call. I think boxing Embry was probably the right call as well. Or not boxing Embry was the right call.
So recharge on.
We'll find out in a second. Let's go into the helmet cam for this. This needs to be a good stop. If it's a shit stop, I mean, I've lost the race. .5, it's okay. It's not a fuck up. It's the important thing. This is going to be so close. Piastri got me. Can I at least stay ahead of Leclerc? There's Piastri. Oh, look how close that was.
And we can have recharge.
That was close.
Charge on.
Yeah, we can hammer these tyres to the end. 11 more laps after this one. Even a joke. Just try and strike while the iron's hot.
And overtake is available.
And we can use the deploy.
Embry also thinking better of it. thought Donna had overtaken, then I saw him move up to 5th. It's just because of Gasly boxing. Oh, man, come on.
Cool the car.
There we go.
Okay, keep cooling the car now.
We got him. Oh, and Embry ran out of battery. Otherwise, she'd have had to move as well. There we go. There's Donna getting past.
Now. Here we've got the Aston Martin. There's the opening. Closer and closer to that podium. Now in 4th place.
And that's the move done. Excellent stuff. So now our attention turns back to Embry. There's nothing more Donna can do. She's not going to catch Charles Leclerc. It's just now hoping that she stays ahead of George. She's going to win the title. Max is in the points. He's up to 9th place. But he's already lost the title because he's behind. Oh, and he's boxing. Max is up to 9th because he hadn't got off the Inters. Norris and Albon have stayed out as well. Oh, that's a disaster for them. Good stop for Max. Yeah, so that's it. We've won the title. We've won the driver's title. Donna is going to be the first female drivers' world champion. Embry should be moving ahead of Charles Leclerc in the standings into 3rd tonight. She might even take a big chunk out of Max here as well. If I can get the win and really extract the maximum number of points I can get out of her tonight. That'll be something really special. And it will really throw open the battle for 2nd again, which looked dead and buried. I think Norris is going to try and hang on, you know. He's a sitting duck in these conditions. So Albon's going to try and hang on as well. Eight laps to go. Leclerc's closing back in.
Press overtake.
Oh, yellow flag. Who's that for?
2 cars out, a lot of debris.
Now this is what happened as they took turn 8.
It's
Now, there's an
Albon
inviting opportunity
and
there.
No,
Oh, and the
Gasly
cars
hits
there,
Belichick's
unable to keep out of each
because
other's
of the
way.
huge
And there'll be
queue
more than
behind
one
Albon.
unhappy team after that.
We need to switch our attention to there because this is carnage.
And recharge on now is okay.
How is Albon able to stay ahead? Well, he's in a Williams, that's why. We saw how stubborn Belichick's was. Belichick's losing another place. Gets it back immediately. Norris finally boxes. No penalties given. And once one gets through, they're all going to get through. The floodgates are going to open. As the track gets wetter as well, it's going to reach a point where it gets just dive bombed like that in the braking zones. There we go. Gasly is up next. Stroll is through and off and away. He's gone already. Look at that. He lost a second coming out of that corner. That's how slow he is right now. The Alpines are squabbling over who's going to get the next crack. Belisax is there still as well. He might still get points yet. If he can be the next one to break through, he'll have a good chance. But I think it's going to be Gasly. Yeah, Gasly's got him. There we go. Oh, and he boxes in Belisax to Albon. Oh, disaster. Disaster for Williams here. And finally he boxes.
Can use overtake.
Come on, be brave, be brave, be brave.
6
Nope.
laps to go.
I'm not going to get him at 4. Got a back marker in front. Try and set up a move here. Oscar's got it covered. I don't want to see what my overtake numbers are going to look like tonight. They're going to be appalling for both drivers here.
Five laps to go.
Running out of time. Alright, it's for sure going to cause a problem.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Shredding the tyres. If I can get past, it doesn't matter, but if I can't get past, I'm going to create problems for myself here. You see Donna's pulling away from George. She's actually closing on Leclerc, but there just isn't enough time to do anything about that. I've got more pace than Oscar. I just can't get past him to use it. It's just like Belisax all over again. Might as well cool the tyres down a bit while we are
The tyres come back to you.
charging up again.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
This is going to come down to the last 2 laps. I'm losing too much ground. I've got to push the tyres again.
Stay close.
Keeping an eye on the fuel gauge.
We suggest a little bit more Lyco.
Can I find a way past?
Two laps to go. Overtake is available.
My hope is that Oscar doesn't have any battery left now. These tyres are about as cooked as they're going to be. Get another bite of the slipstream. She's not going to lunge into turn 1. She's not been doing that at all this evening. I doubt I'll get him here, so it's going to be in the infield.
This is the last lap.
Can we get through? No, come on. Still got a little bit of battery left. One last chance. This is it. This is my last chance. And that's it. Oscar's going to hang on. Battery's gone. Couldn't get the win. Couldn't get the win. Just unable to get overtakes in when we really needed to tonight. Donna ends up 14 seconds back from Leclerc. That's the time we lost behind Belichac's.
Good job, that's a check.
So, yeah, 2nd and 4th. It's not ideal, but we fulfilled our driver obligations in the standings. For the sponsors, we have taken the initiative in the Constructors' Championship. We might possibly have won the Constructors' Championship tonight, but we have definitely won the Drivers' Championship tonight. Charles Leclerc's title has slipped away from him. Max in 2nd place now in the standings. It's too far back. Donna has scored too many points. She will be World Drivers' Champion. And Verstappen, ironically, is stuck behind Belichac's, who couldn't get points in the end. That's going to go to Gasly, and that's Albon's fault. blocking him instead of letting him through. The Alpines got past and took that final points position away from Belisac. It's going to be very close to mathematically possible to, in the Constructors. I'm not sure if we've done enough for the Constructors title tonight.
And what an occasion for the Aston Martin driver, clinching this year's title.
It's a very, very special moment for a driver. Their first F1 title.
So, Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And from our team in Sao Paulo, a big thank you for joining us this weekend.
The next round of the season will see Formula One return to the States as the glitz and the glamour of Las Vegas awaits.
So then, confirmation of the final result. Oscar does get the win just ahead of Embry, who finishes second. Charles Leclerc rounds out the podium. Donna is fourth with the fastest lap and wins the World Drivers' Championship. George Russell in fifth, ahead of Porsche, who had a good race, up 5 places from where he started, finishing sixth. Hajar in seventh. Behrman up 7 places to finish in eighth. Good points for Alfa Romeo tonight. Stroll manages to get himself in the points as well after an early exit in qualifying. So he has recovered quite nicely, and those extra 2 points could be crucial in the battle between the two Alpha teams. And I think McLaren might be in real trouble. Gasly up 10 places from the back of the grid to finish in the final points-paying position. Looking at the bottom half, they see Sainz in 11th. Belisac's unlucky down into 12th place, was running really strongly in that first stint on the wets, annoyingly so. Max down 4 places to finish in 13th. After failing to score points in the sprint as well. He's just finished 9th in the sprint then. Joe up 2 places for 14th. Then it's Ocon, Maloney, Tsunoda, Norris, Albon, who stayed out way too long on those inters, and for sure. Driver standings look like this. There is your World Drivers' Champion, Donna Tanner, with 6 wins this season, 3 sprint wins, 11 podiums, 9 pole positions, 14 fastest laps, and she is now monstrously ahead of Max Verstappen. The gap with just 54 points remaining. The gap is 63, 69, 79 points. So not enough points for Max to even come close. Embry does move ahead of Charles Leclerc, back to being 4 points ahead of him again, thanks to her pole position. Did she get pole? No, I think Donna got the pole. But the points from the sprint and the points from second place in the race there, 26 points for her. Leclerc in 4th. Probably we're going to be able to actually hold on to that. We are now just 22 points behind Max Verstappen, and with 2 dry races coming up, because it never rains in Abu Dhabi, and I've never seen it rain in Vegas yet. There's a good chance that we can outscore Max in the last 2 rounds with Embry as well. So she has a real chance of actually taking second in the standings. George in 5th place gets another 15 points. He is now comfortably ahead of Lando Norris by 32. Oscar in 7th closes the gap to Lando, who is still dropping like crazy. 32 points for Oscar tonight. He's now just 13 points behind, and Norris is going to, I think, finish this season at least in 7th. I can't see Porsche getting enough points to trouble him, but I can't see him being able to hold off Oscar. Porsche himself, as I said, in 8th place at the moment. 8 more points for him. He's probably safe from Hajar, who picked up 10 tonight. 32 points the gap. Then it's Zhou, 20 points further back in 10th, but Mercedes pace not really anywhere at the moment. Tsunoda in 11th. Behrman gets some decent points tonight, but could have been so much more for him. He is only on 68 points. That's a second season of poor results since we made him a world champion in our time at Alfa Romeo. Stroll is 13th, Sainz is 14th, Ocon 15th, Gasly 16th with an extra point tonight. Same for Albon, getting a point in 17th. Belicak gets 2 points tonight, so 3 more points for Williams, just a point between the two drivers. Then it's Maloney in 19th on 4 points, and Shaw still yet to score. Constructor standings, we are, let's see, how many points ahead are we? We are 81 points clear, and there are 92 points available. So we are almost home and hosed in the Constructors. Assuming we don't do anything stupid, we should win that in Vegas. Ferrari in third, blistering away from McLaren. 47 points tonight. McLaren just can't score points at the moment, and they now are in real danger of being caught by AlphaTauri. That gap is just 27 points, and McLaren haven't scored in a while. Well, not anything significant anyway, so it's looking like AlphaTauri could well take them in the last couple of Grand Prix. Alfa Romeo may have a chance if they can pull together some good results again as well to get in the mix. Mercedes now pretty much consigned, I think, to 7th place in the standings. Alpine in 8th, aren't going to catch, aren't going to be caught. Williams in 9th now had 25 points, us 10th with just the 4. Let's see how we did in the pit stops. Red Bull with the quickest stops. Again, both drivers getting 1.8 second stops tonight. Then it's the two AlphaTauris in the 2.0 range. Then Ferrari's Oscar Piastri gets 10 points. We get 8 points with Donna. And then we've got 8 points for Mercedes with Zhou and Tsunoda in 7th and 9th respectively. Mercedes get a few points with Ocon, and Alpine get 1 with Gasly in 10th. That's the standings. Red Bull already home and hosed in that competition. AlphaTauri comfortably in 2nd and not going to be caught. But the fight for 3rd is very much on. McLaren are just 7 points ahead of Ferrari now with 2 rounds to go. Alpine are another 20 points back. They're probably a little too far back now. They haven't been consistently scoring points in a while, and we have closed the gap. So we are just 7 points behind Alpine. We've got a really good chance of getting back into 5th. Beyond that, I think that's probably as high as we're going to go. Mercedes are 12 points behind us. They're not completely out of the picture. So this is going to be a 3-way fight now for 5th, and a two-way fight for 3rd. And then still no points for Williams, Alfa Romeo or us. There is a summary of our stops. A 2.2 second stop for Donna, a dodgy second stop, 4.1 seconds, 2.5 in the final, and then it was 2.3, 2.3 and 2.5 for Embry. The 2.3 is not good enough for points tonight. She missed out by very little, actually. 43 thousandths would have been enough to get her a point. All right, I'm not looking forward to this bit. How bad was our overtaking performance tonight? It's going to be terrible. 11 and 37 for Donna. Oof, that is the worst it's been all season. That is horrendous. 16 and 14 in defence. Donna's aren't going to be that much better. 8 and 21. They are better, but not by much. 22 and 8 in defence. As always, she's been amazing in defence this season. Weakness has been going forward, but Donna really struggling tonight. Look at that, 11 and 37, and that's almost entirely Vladimir Belicak's. Oh dear. Sponsors, let's see. So performance targets, we got the quali streak done, we got the finish position, we got the qualifying position incentives, and then for the guarantees, we got the fastest lap, we got both into Q2 and both into Q3. And we now have a spare front wing as well. Wind tunnel refurb's done. Doesn't matter. Not going to get used again this year. Let's see the inbox. Got our final ATR period, which isn't going to be used. Let's have a look at the car part inspection. We knew about the broken front wing. We've also had a failed chassis, a failed underfloor, and a failed suspension. Can we swap those? Yes, there we go. Spare suspension. Sorry, spare chassis. Spare underfloor. And a spare suspension. There we go. Right. Side pods are going to go at the end of the next race. I would imagine. We have got one spare left. There's a slight risk of them going on Donna's car. Hopefully they won't. Otherwise we'll have to go to an older spec side pod. Again, we'll do that for Donna. Her season is done now. She has won the World Championship. We're focusing all of our attention now onto getting Embry as many points as we can. So we'll be giving her the slipstream in every session now to try and make sure that she's the one getting the bonus pole position point. We'll try and make sure she gets the fastest lap. We'll try and make sure she's the one getting the wins in our attempt to pull away from Leclerc and maybe overhaul Max Verstappen. We've got 11 days to go until Vegas, and we are going to end our stream here. That is tomorrow night's race at the usual time of 8 p.m. here in the UK. I do hope you'll join me for that. But we have done it. We have achieved the Drivers' World Champion, first female Drivers' World Champion with Donna Tanner. Embry is in third place again in the driver's standings now. 22 points behind Max. Has got a chance to take second in the standings, which would be incredible to have a female 1-2 in the driver's standings. And we are just a handful of points away from securing the Constructors' Championship, which we should do tomorrow, unless something goes horribly, horribly wrong. So do join me for that. And then, who knows? Maybe we'll do a last to first with Donna or something in the final Grand Prix. Obviously, we're going to be pushing Embry to try and win. I don't know. We'll see what we do with the final race of the season, assuming that we win the Constructors tomorrow. But yeah, it's been a good way to round out the final sprint race tonight by winning the Drivers' Championship. Tomorrow at Vegas, we'll aim to win the Constructors, and then we may have a little bit of fun with one of our cars in the final race. We'll see how that goes. Not long to go now. Just 2 races left. New game comes out on Tuesday, whether you're buying the standard or the deluxe edition. So we will be streaming that on Tuesday night. But until then, we have 2 more races here in F1 Manager 23. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.